I've had a few people ask me about the Electoral Commission not allowing crosses, but they're allowing ticks for the voice referendum. And the true impact of this is actually far more nefarious than people realise. Why is this? In order for a referendum to pass, as you guys know, it requires a majority of states, so at least 4 out of the 6 states, to vote yes in a majority, so 51% in each of those states. Now, the ranking of these states, where it is right now, the home of the no vote is Queensland, then WA, then the ones on the fence are South Australia, New South Wales, and then the most likely to vote yes are actually Victoria and Tasmania. Now, the reason why crosses not being accepted is so nefarious, because if in any one of those states, especially those swing states like South Australia and New South Wales, if there is more than 1% of people that are using a cross, and those crosses just get rendered irrelevant and not counted because of the Electoral Commission, we could see a situation where a whole state flips and it could get this thing passed or not passed. Now, I'm particularly worried about New South Wales as one of those swing states because it has a huge invalid vote rate. In the last federal election, it had about 16% of its vote, which was invalid, people not rocking up to vote, or people not understanding the language and just not understanding how to vote properly. So that's 900,000 voters. In areas like Bankstown, where there's a 20% invalid vote rate, many of those people don't understand the language, so they may well use crosses to vote no. And it's southwestern Sydney, so there's a huge freedom, conservative, and Christian conservative, Muslim conservative vote there. So what I'm really worried about is New South Wales as a swing state could actually flip because of this one rule from the Electoral Commission. Now, to the Electoral Commission's credit, they're actually policing this online. On Twitter, I saw them write this particular tweet calling out someone that was actually sharing a post that encouraged people to have a cross on it. As you can see, Richard's put this photo up with a cross on it, and the AEC has actually replied to it. You appear to be deliberately spreading false information about voting instructions, and it is not helpful. The instructions, and then in brackets they've got, write yes or no in full, are very clear on a range of communication, including the ballot itself. The vast majority of Australians will follow them. It's unclear if Richard actually is promulgating this or calling it out, but he has shared a graphic with a cross in it, and that's something we shouldn't do. Whilst this is good to see, we can't see these rules stay for the referendum on the 14th of October. This could be the difference between this thing passing and not. And we want the results of this to be overwhelmingly clear about where things stand. We don't want it to be on the margins, otherwise it's going to tear this country apart even more. Please, at this referendum, if you intend on voting yes, if you intend on voting no, write yes or write no. I'm encouraging you obviously to vote no, have you seen from my commentary, but please make it absolutely clear. We don't want this to be unsure or unclear. We want to resolve this.
Authorised by Georgia Mile, Australia, Melbourne.